Welcome aboard the Brown Hornet. A bit windy today. You're on Hat Cam. That's Phil Burgess's boat over there. Him and Harry are having a fish. They've got 2 fish at last count. Personally, I don't think they have enough weight on their line. I've got about, I don't know, 12 in there. I don't know where these bloody westerlies are a pain in the arse, but it's not too bad. This is the anchor, that orange thing out there. It's not too bad. Fishing's just slowed down in the last half an hour. Still the odd fish coming over the side, but not too many. We've probably got another hour of good fishing left before things start to really shut down for the day. The challenge, obviously, when it's windy like this, is staying on the bottom. If your boat's not on the bottom and you're flathead fishing, you are wasting your time. But anyway, this bait's down, fish coming in gradually now. That's alright, I'm just going to flick the bilge pump on. Which is working, I can hear it. There's no water coming out, so that's a good thing. Haven't taken on any water. Whoever did that boat, they put the hole for the control cables and things there, which should be further up the splash well. And you know, if you only get one little dribble in every 20 seconds, it adds up over the course of a day. But there's certainly nothing in the bilge now. That's good. Shift this back a bit. Sit out in my spot, and it's going to jump from side to side because I've got to watch both rods. See if we can get a fish. About it yesterday with him here. We did pretty well. We got 17, I think. Was the last count. A whole bunch of which were eaten by hungry children, or hungry family last night. So between Harry and Phil and myself today, I reckon we can easily get another 30 or so. Fill up the freezer. We'd actually run out of flathead. Now that's it, some of it went off. It had been there too long, which Arnold got. Some of it was made up early. Look, here's one. Fucking missed it. But you let him back out, like I just did then. Keep waiting, you might get another bite. Come on, fish. Probably lost my bait. Pilchards do not last long when they're down there getting chewed on. I don't think there's any bait on this. Let me feel the weight. Oh, there might be one still on there. I'll bring it up. What's the other one? To my knowledge, there hasn't been a bite on that one since it's been down. Yeah, I think this one still does have one bait on it. You can kind of tell by the resistance. There's 16 ounces of lead there, so you've got to factor that into it. Yeah, I called it. There was still one on. I should have left that down because there was a fish that just eaten this other one. But that's okay. Here's one on here. There's one on. Oh, yeah. Not a bad one. In fact, it's a pretty good one. Oh, yeah. Now, the only disclaimer here is if I've caught it around the gills or around the tail, I'm pulling it in sideways. But as it stands, this one feels alright. They haven't been big ones today, just probably about 40 centimetres on average. One big one. It's a big one for a tiger flathead. Different species. They're fatter and they've got different colour spots. That's not a bad one. They're quite, oh, nearly fell in. They're quite a chunky fish. Alright. Oh, that's good. Another one in. So yeah, fish and chips last night was bloody good. Kids ate 2.5 kilos, well we all ate 2.5 kilos of potatoes. Healthy eaters in our family. I'm just trying to work out if this westerly's starting to piss off. It should. I reckon in an hour we'll have no more white caps. I'll call it out now. Just got my bait in a bucket here because it was freaking frozen solid. Alright. Well, that's good. I'm glad I got a fish on film. Film. Sure beats being at home. Obviously we're not in lockdown. This was taken at a different time. Preempting maybe there'd be a lockdown in the future, but certainly not at the moment. Not that I give a fuck. Wait for this one to hit the bottom. Which it will do shortly. And that line will stop coming off the reel. About now. Maybe not quite. We have drifted we've got quite a quick drift today. That's stopped, so that's now on the bottom, and there's one on here, I think. Yep. Missed it. This time I'll be a bit more patient. Leave it back down there. Waiting. No, I missed a fish. Come on, fishies. I love you so much. Alright, give that another couple of minutes and I will have to check that bait because I've been taking my eye off it and I think there's a nibble on this one over here. One might even have that in its mouth there. They sometimes just have the bait in their mouth and the hook's just sort of in there and they just swim along with it. There was a bite on this one. Now I don't know what to do. Just going to wait till one commits suicide, I think. Yeah, the wind's backed off, ever so slightly. I'm calling it. Just let these have a little bit of line. I like to just do that every now and again. Sometimes, for whatever reason, it seems to trigger a bite. So, I'm just having a truckie's breakfast, a 4 and 20 pie. Wasn't quite as organised today. Fell asleep yesterday afternoon after fishing. Got up, cooked dinner and then fell asleep again. But the boat was all sort of ready to go because it was being used yesterday, so made it pretty well just get in the car and drive away. Wake my fucking dickhead of a next door neighbour up, which always gives me a lot of pleasure. Come on, fish. I know if I stop this camera, both those rods are going to go off. Guarantee it. It was pretty fishy this morning when we were coming out. There was a ton of seabirds and a few splashes where they were. So there probably are some surface fish around. I don't know what there'd be this time of year. Haven't been many salmon around lately, not that I've seen all quarter anyway. Could do with some fish cakes. Aussie salmon, carwai as they call them across the ditch. Speaking across the ditch, I was pulling out of the service station this morning and Neil Gilston was driving past. I actually blocked him because when you pull out of the survey you just got to wait for a gap and you got to drive the boat out really slow because it scrapes and you just end up stopping the traffic. There's a bloke talking to me and I thought, oh, this bloke's having a go at me, I'm going to get out and punch him in the face. And I looked over and wound the window down and it was Neil saying g'day. Said he wishes he could come fishing and I said, well, we will. G'day Neil, if you're watching. We will go fishing, my friend. Haven't got any rugby, so we should have some time on our hands. Neil coaches Anwar's team, has done for a long time. He's the most patient man in the world, dealing with those little brats, especially Anwar. But Anwar gets away with it because he's good at footy. Alright, I'm going to turn this camera off. I might pick it up later on. Alright, it's been about, I don't know, maybe an hour since the last video. Caught about another 4 or 5 fish. This hasn't been that fast action, but you probably had to notice the conditions have flattened out. Phil and Harry had to go in, they were getting a bit crook, which happens when you're not used to these conditions. Just give me a sec. It's got a bit of a fuel leak around that sender. It's giving me the shits. I've tried to fix it, but unsuccessfully. Yes, I thought I'd just film this last drift. At least till the camera runs out of battery. So back kind of where we started the day, in about 51, 52 metres of water. Amir and I fished about half a k further in the other day when we started, in about 48 metres, and there was just, all we had was pickers. And we just came that extra little bit further out, and I don't think we had to throw back all the rest of the day. So you've just got to hunt around here until you get to the right spot. If you're getting picked or you're getting jacketed or there's no bites, you just keep trying. Move to a different spot. Even if it's only half a k, just move. So this is the same drift. This is the third time today, third and final time, because I've about had enough. My back's starting to hurt. So we will see what happens here. They've kind of gone off the bite a bit. If I can get another 2 or 3 fish they'll finish it off nicely. I'm going to find Phil and Harry in there, give them some fish, and then head back to the ramp, wash the boat, crack a beer. Not sure who's playing in the footy tonight. Hopefully South Penrith this weekend. That'll be a good game. After getting drubbed by 60 points previously. Alright, come on fishies. That one's definitely holding the bottom. This one I'm just... Yep, on the bottom. It's just waiting game now. There'll be a bite soon. I like when it bites straight away when I'm videoing, so I don't have to sit there and edit it. Because I'm not very good at the editing software. There might have been a little touch on that one just then. Generally, if you watch my fishing videos, you've got to... I like it to be like fishing. There are gaps in the day. Show you just the highlights. It's not really indicative of what goes on. There was two nice old ladies at the boat ramp yesterday, so I sent them here over with a couple of fish each, and they thought it was fantastic. I think I'm getting bites on here. I'll just have a look. Yeah, there's something small having a crack at it. I've got to keep watching that other one. I'll just let a bit of line out. Often that will just be enough to bring on a bite about now. Should be. True to form. There he is. There it is. There it is. And it's on. Sometimes you just give them a metre of line. Stops the bait. There's a boat over there. And they'll come on. Nothing to write home about this fish. Right, you've only got to be 33 centimetres to be legal. That said, I've got plenty of fish. This might be one I'll give to the Burgesses, and they're going to watch this video. Here it comes, got a bit of colour. It is it's an alright one. Not going to complain about that. Flung the bait all over the floor of the boat, which I'll pick up so I don't tread it all in. Don't put your fingers near these things because they spike, and yes, it hurts. How the hell did that happen? I'm not having much luck here. Making this a lot harder than it needs to be. Got it. Thank Christ. Now how the fuck does that get through there? Someone answer me that. Alright. Another one in the bag. Alright. Bite, little bites on this one, I think. There's one on there. Cool. Well, not a bad one. Done a bit more of a fight. I'm going to call it for a tiger. Now I can distinguish between a blue spot and a tiger flathead. I'm calling it a tiger. Bottom line is I don't care, because the flathead's too... Oh, geez, it's having a real go, this one. Maybe there's two on. Flathead usually fight about as good as a plastic bag on the end of the hook. But occasionally, They fight a bit better. Oh yeah, baby. In you come. That's a fucking beauty. That is massive. Stay put, silly bugger. Wow, that's a fucking beauty. A crocodile. It's hooked itself again. Oh, happy with that one. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Alright, let's get some more baits down. Bit of a tangle here, which happens. What should I release this? It's only so bad they usually get. There we go. Alright. This bait, see what I'm doing. And down we go. That's a beauty, that last one. So there's 3 big ones today, all the rest are quite, I want to say small, they're legal. If you caught one in like that in the river, one of the more small ones, you'd be stoked. But out here you're kind of judged by a different standard. Although, the ones you catch in the river are dusky flathead, which do grow considerably larger than blue spot. But I guess out here there's just so many more of them. That's on the bottom now. We'll do that up. Get this one down. Wash my hands. Funny, both those bites were very timid compared to earlier this morning. They're really just running in and grabbing it. So this means you've got to watch that extra bit closer, and that's why probably, without being rude, if you're less experienced, so Amir struggled yesterday a little bit, and the Burgess boys, you know, didn't get as many as they probably could this morning. It's just, you learn after a while what to look for and how to feel a bite. And look, the reason these rods are in these holders is because it keeps the rod flat, and you can just, the rods will move when you're getting a bite. It just makes them heaps easier to see. The best thing is to be holding it. But I can't hold 2 at once, and you know, it's a trade-off. You'll miss a lot more fish fishing 2 rods, but obviously you get double the amount of bites and opportunities, so you just got to weigh it up. Sometimes you're better off putting the second rod away and just sticking with one. But today it's worked out okay. Like it did then, you know, I got one on that one while that one was up, I got one on that one. And sometimes you just keep that rhythm going for ages, all morning. That's when you really score. Alright. It's beautiful out here now. So that's looking south. You can see the buildings of the city down there. The brown haze of the 5 million people, however many people live in Sydney. There's Barrenjoey in there. Right up to the Copacabana and so forth up there. We're about 6 k's. Oh, here's one. 6 k's offshore. Oh, yeah, this is a nice one too. On a bit of a patch. Holy dooly, this is even bigger than the last one. Unless I've caught it sideways, which makes them feel a lot bigger than they actually are. I only need another few more, and that'll give everyone, all 3 of us, a bag limit. For all the dibber-dobber do-gooders watching. There's half the flathead limit. I don't know when we you know, blockaded Parliament House and said, can you please cut down on the amount of fish? Bag limit of 10 is stupid. And no one sticks to it. Not as big as the last one, but it's a bloody good fish. He just spewed up his stomach contents all over the place. And I will now... He's been eating squid. Do have some squid in there. I haven't used it today. I've just stuck with pilchards. This is a pilchard for those who don't know. It's the sardine. And Flathead will love them. I bought a kilo with me and I've nearly used them all. Down that goes. Now, I haven't seen a bite on this one. I'll just let it, give it a little pause. Sometimes it brings on a bite. So I could have got a bite when I was catching that other fish. I just don't know with this one. What I've got to do is wind it. Oh, I don't think there's... might be one bait on here. I'll bring it up and check it. That one's on the bottom. Yeah, I called it. One bait on. It's been nibbled at too. Good size fish in there. I'm not throwing this in the water. I'm give it a wash out. Stop stinking up in the bin. I'll leave that one on. Oh, come on, fish. There's a littlest little bite on that one. Again, I'll just give it a little bit of line. Far out, I did call it before. I have to give myself some credit for calling that. When there's a westerly, so blowing from west to east, and it is a slightly warmer day today, even though it's winter time, it's probably going to be low 20s, enough to generate a nor'easter. So what happens is, as the sun comes up and takes effect, it basically causes a nor'easter and it cancels the westerly out. So mid-morning this time of year, you get a beautiful period of, I'm pausing because I'm getting bites on this line. There's one on that one too. I'm going to have to sit down and watch both of them. So you get this period in the mid-morning like now where it's just gorgeous. There's no wind. There's hardly any wind. There's a zephyr blowing at the moment. Come on, fishies. So yeah, I reckon another 15 minutes, half hour. Sitting on the esky, I can feel the fish flapping around in there, vibrating up through my arse. It's quite nice. No, not really. That's going to be weird. Yeah, my back, after 30 something years of rugby, isn't great. So, by the time I get back, get the boat in, you know, there's probably an hour worth of cleaning fish, standing up. By then, and I get home, clean the boat, do all the stuff I've got to do there, put it away, put the colour on. My back will just about have had it. So there's no point waiting out here till, you know, it gets too sore. By then it's too late by the time I do all the other things I've got to do. But it feels like a Sunday, because I went out yesterday and today and got the whole weekend. I do have a fair bit of work to do, but I'm not going to do that when fish are biting. That was a definite bite on this one. There it is. Oh yeah, baby. Not a bad one. Size is picking up during the day. Always happy about that. Here it comes. Not a bad one. It's okay. Middle of the road. Not small, not big. Just two fillets of delicious fish. Nana and Poppy might get some fish today. A few people will. A few neighbours. There's some homeless people at the boat ramp. You'll get a couple. It's always nice to give the catch away, I reckon. There's one on here now. Oh yeah, baby. This is a big one. I've been saying that a bit though, haven't I? They're not been that big. Did it get off? I think it just got off. It did. Oh, yeah, it has to be off. Can't have been pulling like that. Oh, fucking flatties. They are no sports fish. Nah, it's just a bait. He got off. Oh no. Not a big one, but I've gilled him. That's why it felt bigger. That's why it wasn't fighting. Fucking engulfed that bait. If you're squeamish, look away. If you're squeamish, don't watch my videos. They usually involve killing fish. Look, I've just about had enough for today, and I don't think this is going to easily untangle. I'm just going to de-rig that line, I think, because it's just not going to happen. The only way I'm getting that out is to do some elective surgery, non-elective surgery. So I'm going to take that off, leave it in there. When I clean the fish at the ramp, I will get the hooks out then Otherwise I was going to tear it to pieces. Alright, another couple of drops. And then that'll be it. Yeah, Phil and Harry, they just needed to stick with it for another half an hour because that wind's gone now and this is going to become a lake today. But anyway, they're fishing in there at Lion Island. So I'm going to go and find them on the way home. I'm just going to check my video is still videoing, that I'm not talking to myself. And I am. We're on the bottom. I can fish with a rod in hand, so to speak. Here's a bite. Bite. Got it. No, missed it. Getting a bit warm, might be time to remove the old Woi Woi Rugby Club vest. Oh fuck, why didn't I do that half an hour ago? I'm just going to pack this right up. I might have lost my bait on this one. It's getting to that point of the morning where every time you drop it down, pretty well there's fish. There's a bit of bait on there still. I'll give it another minute, then I'll bring it up. Put 2 fresh pieces of bait on. Bite. Nah, missed it. It's only a little one. Just picking at it. Might be a barracuda. Harry caught one earlier. That'll be for Arnold if we get one of them. We're out of bait now. Yep, I can feel it. Might be a bit on head or something, but nothing. Oh, what the fuck? Something's bit me off. Jesus. Well, that's interesting. When I cut it, means I'm only putting one bait down. Which is a very inefficient way to fish. Alright, well I'm going to call the videoing a day. Because I'm going to have to get my rig back off that other fish. And it ain't going to be pretty. Alright. For the few people who watch my videos, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.